Huh?
Good evening, everybody. Hopefully, y'all having an eventful Sunday. Somebody on the phone.
Okay, we gotta go. Okay.
Why you got that bike in front of my house like that, bro?
To me. I just dumped my whole purse.
Hello, Elwood. Tabitha Parker. Won't you jump in the room? You can say hi. When I think of the goodness of Jesus.
Hi, hello. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, so for this one, we're asking for those who are coming in, if you can pretty please join us in the Zoom. I'm going to put the link up. We want to have some people talk. Hey Raven, I'm put the link.
Raven.
The link. Oh, I'm put the link.
Raven. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish your statement.
I'm gonna put the Zoom link in here.
She's gonna put the Zoom link in the room.
We really want some people to come on in, pretty please.
Hey, yeah, we just gonna really no format today. We can kind of explain why a little bit once we get cranked off here. As we have been kind of building up for the entirety of this tenure with you guys.
CJ.
Yeah, the entire tenure with you guys, we can be kind of saying, hey, we appreciate you sticking with us because we are approaching a year doing this. Didn't really intend for it to didn't know it was going to go this route to get so much support from you guys. And so just want to kind of go on that journey. But there was, of course, all types of trying to planning and all of this stuff. And of course, during COVID, that's kind of difficult. Although, there's churches going back in, 50% capacity and all that stuff. So just wanted to see how we can help you guys to make this platform a little bit better. Of course, while celebrating, we made it a year. And it's a not funny story because it was a interestingly for us as the Johnsons. As you see, Kendra's hair is just all out. She was praising a few seconds ago. We was watching the movie Swim Fan. If you ain't seen that movie, go ahead and see that. Huh?
So for those pretty please, if you can join the Zoom, the link is in the comments.
That will leave no people for
Facebook, though. Join the Zoom.
That will leave no people for Facebook, though. But, okay. But, how can we be better? How can we service you guys more? We want to know that. But also, to kind of give a little background on our unfortunate situation this week. I feel we have enough people in the room to share. Hallelujah. Why is your eyes going in the sky? Why does the sky is a song? You quiet, Linda? Cold. No. Okay, but so we were trying to plan this little shindig or whatever you want to call it to try to celebrate this. And unfortunately, on Wednesday? Or was it Wednesday?
I don't know.
Maybe it was Wednesday because I think Thursday I called off work.
I think it was Tuesday.
Tuesday? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe Tuesday. I'm sorry. All the days of the week run together. But my wife had an unfortunate back spasm this week that was unforeseen. I can let her tell her testimony of how it happened.
You're doing fine. So this week I was being a mom, and I was trying to help my daughter clean up her room, and I lifted something wrong, and it tore my back to smithereens. I tried to wait a couple of hours thinking it was going to loosen up, and it didn't. So I went to. I was in so much pain, and I have a high pain tolerance. I don't take pills. I don't take medicine. I can't swallow them. Pause. So with that, I went to the emergency room because the pain was just unbearable. And comes to find out, I have a lower back sprain. And so that was Tuesday, and today I feel better. But
Okay.
today I feel better, but everything it kind of like threw a loop the things that I was planning on doing. We were supposed to get, party hats and blah blah blah, the stuff, the noisemakers, and that didn't come
Maybe we'll
through
just postpone it to
either.
next week. We can act like this March 20th.
So the 29th, which is tomorrow, M2M will be 1 year old.
And she left out all the juicy stuff in her testimony.
What was the juicy stuff?
I don't know. You was just hurt, and we took you to the emergency room. Well, they took you like around 10.
We went around 9.
9, and it was 15. Listen, I got there. Trying to calm the kids. The kids is Nyla's kind of having a fit, so I'm just like, okay, you got to calm them down, and then I got to go to the hospital see what's going on with Kendra. So, of course, I get to the waiting room at Millie Fillmore Suburban.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry. All right. So I get to the emergency room with her, and I get to the front desk, and they're just like, yeah, she just got checked in, but there's at least 10 to 15 people before her. And basically, there's no waiting. You can't wait in the waiting area. So basically, the lady told me, she's like, I'm going to be honest with you. Either you can go sit in your car or just go home. My recommendation would be you go home. So I'm like, dang, like, and it's COVID, obviously, for the protocol for COVID. So, and there was people in there already. So it's just like, man, like, and Kendra didn't take a charger. So I'm just like, well, they're like, yeah, she'll text you when she get out. So I'm just like, yo, not only you told me to go home, I can't really communicate with her because she's going to burn her battery. So I'm just like, okay, God, well.
Yeah, he was worried about a charger. And I'm like, I was literally on a bed in the hallway with 10 other people. There was nowhere to plug the phone in. I couldn't move. I just sat there and literally cried. And I was in so much pain. They didn't come. They didn't check on you. Say, hey, how you doing? How's your pain level? No. They were so busy that they just, whatever patient was next, they dealt with them. Whatever patient was after that, they dealt with them. Whenever a room was available, they were calling the next person in line. I had to use the bathroom. I had to stop a nurse who was on her way to do something else so she can help me up and out of the bed. I was in a bad position. Like, I had to keep changing positions because after a certain amount of time, the position the position will it will hurt after that. So I didn't get any help. I was ignored until it was my time to go into the room. So that was my first time ever having an experience like that with Miller Fillmore Suburban. I loved that hospital.
We love them.
And I understand it was super busy, but even as many people that walked past me, no one stopped to see if I was okay. Nothing. And I was just in so much pain. I'm telling you, it was crazy. It was crazy. I couldn't move. I couldn't move my left leg at all. I couldn't move my left leg. It was terrible. A very, very, very terrible experience, which kind of spiraled into like
3:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah, so
3:30 in the morning.
Fast forward, I'm like, okay, I can't get sleep really. So of course, clutch moment, you go to WWE Network and you just just started watching wrestling. So I'm trying to stay woke because I'm like, I don't know what time she gonna call. Of course, 3:30, I feel my phone. Bzzz, she like, they discharged me. I'm like, what? And luckily I told my job and everything. So they was like, cool, with everything. But just like, man, waking up 3:30, gotta go drive back there, get her. And she still had meds and all of that stuff that she had to get taken care of. And it's just like, man, it was a tough week. Not only to see her in pain, but then, the kids, mainly Nyla was just like done with it, just seeing their mom crying and stuff. So
Yeah, she never saw me cry unless I was like,
in the spirit,
feeling the Holy Ghost. But
what's the Holy Ghost?
to be in pain, and I know, like, I couldn't hold it in. Like, it was just terrible, really, really terrible. So Janila, she really, really took it hard. And I think it was even the more so because I was helping her clean her room. So it was like, man, she was helping me. Julian, he was calm, but you could tell he was a little bit like shaking, like, yo, mommy, this ain't mommy. I deal with pain. I just whatever. But that right there, everything, like, you never know what's connected until everything. If I move my arm, it would hurt. Like, you never know what's connected to your back until it's pain. I couldn't do anything. I had to sit for some time, lay for some time, stand up. Couldn't put pressure on my left leg. It was terrible, terrible, terrible. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what really. It just threw. I think it just threw the whole.
Some WD-40.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Canola oil, something.
Listen here, man. I got this chair done been through the storm and the rain.
But thank you guys for the 8 that's on here now. Our numbers is going up and down. They don't want to hear our testimony. They want to see they want to know what's going on. So for those who are on here, if you don't mind, the Zoom, the link to the Zoom is in the chat. We wanted some people to come on here because it was kind of it was a couple of things we were planning, and it was everything fell through.
Yeah,
everything, even from weeks. Hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. I need help with this. I need help with that. It just fell through. Photo shoots, video editing, helping, all that stuff fell through.
Yeah, it was just a rough week, man. I'm not even gonna lie. It was just like, man, like, dude, we were trying to do so much, and then it's just like, oh, it's Saturday already. All right, well, I mean, life us this week, but
yeah,
we made it, huh?
Yeah, we're 1 year. So for those who are on here, if you can, pretty please come on the Zoom link. Let's talk. We
trying to make this thing a little bit better, and again, I know we restricted and all that. Hopefully, y'all got your COVID vaccines. I'm praying, because I don't know which one, Pfizer, Moderna, or I want that Johnson & Johnson, but I'm thinking about Johnson & Johnson. They got the messed up with baby powder, huh? Just people suing over baby powder. So I don't know if I can trust them.
Thank you, everybody.
What's the
passcode?
I don't know.
It's not letting you?
It's Jesus.
You're dumb. It's not, but let me see.
Thank you, Sister Bridget. Huh?
Okay, let's see.
But yeah, we want to be better. We want to be great. Carl been our sound man since the beginning, huh?
So yes, we want to talk, and those who just don't feel like it, what has M2M? How have we benefited you? What was the benefit of being a part of M2M? Have we?
Yeah, hopefully we ain't caused no arguments.
Do you think we whack? There's some people who, they come in, they stop through, they ain't talk about nothing I'm interested in. I'm gonna go ahead and ease on out. Like, that's cool too. How could we do better? But let's talk throughout the year. Throughout the year, what has M2M done? How have we?
So you trying to get this thing straight, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is so
She like that member in church that keep getting up walking? Huh? We just trying to take offering and go home and you want to get up and walk.
Kurt, please.
What, you don't tithe? Is that what you're saying? We sorry. But yeah, that's what today was gonna be a little special, little streams, all that stuff. It's like, nah, bro.
That joint was like,
just
so
get through this.
I think the passcode is M2M, capital M, the number 2, and M.
Because I know what I want to do. We gonna see if we can pull up in somebody's house next time. Huh? Set up shop in somebody's house. Just pop up.
Why?
I don't know. It's different.
So yeah. For those who are married, for those who are single, how has M2M helped you down through this year?
That sounds old. Down through the... I'm Baptist, I'm sorry. Kendra don't believe in themselves.
LOL, why? Huh? Yes, without worries, yes.
Yeah, I mean, the in-person thing is like, we're gonna try to do that at a restaurant. Oh, there goes Raven. Raven! Hopefully I clicked the right button.
Hey! Happy Ray Ray!
How are you doing on this evening?
How are you guys?
Good. Hold on.
I gotta let this computer out. I think it's the computer that's doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, Elder Parker.
Hey, Auntie Boo.
So, the baby, come on in here with the tablet.
Oh my gosh. Why?
What?
You're a baby. You're not a big boy.
That is amazing.
He's grown so much already.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Those who are in the room, can y'all hear Raven? If you can, put some hearts on the screen if you can hear Raven, or write yes, simply. It's okay.
So good.
Yes. So Raven, thank you so much for joining us, Auntie Boo, or sorry, Tabitha. Thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, yeah, they can hear her. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. What?
What's wrong with your voice? Talking to people.
Now you know,
like
you know I've been singing.
Huh?
You know I've been singing.
Vid.
You know I've been singing all day.
Oh, okay.
And the way,
sorry, Raven.
the way we went in service today, please. Surprised I have a voice left.
Sorry, you gotta hear this, baby.
That's baby Juju.
Baby Juju.
Yes, that's not his first name, but so yes, Raven, thank you so much for joining us again. So how has Help I'm Married, M2M, helped you through this year?
So, not gonna lie, at first I was like, oh, I'm not married to a musician. I'm not married in general. Yeah, it's not gonna apply to me. But I ended up, out of curiosity last year, just seeing what was on there. Because in the past I've dated a musician. So I was like, let me just see what's going on, you know? And actually watching like each topic got me to like really think about my own relationship, because I'm single, but I am preparing for marriage. And basically seeing like how having kids affects that, how me being involved in the church affects that, and all of that. So for me, I didn't think it was going to affect me or teach me anything, but it really allowed me to like educate myself on what it means to be married, especially in today's day and age, being a Christian. And then at the same time, it allowed me to like have that space to talk to other like-minded people on things that we don't get to talk about in church no more because it's taboo. So Yeah, so that for me, that's what it really did for me. So thank you guys for creating that space, even if it is on Facebook for right now, of being able to talk about stuff like that. So
Well, we
Yeah.
appreciate you being even transparent because it's just like you
Yeah.
said, it's hard to gauge that in church because it's kind of like, oh, can we really talk about that with it being like a safe space? And then like, I don't want them knowing about
Yeah.
what I did. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like,
And not
Yeah.
have like a no judgment zone.
Right.
Safe
Yeah.
space. You can come to me and you're not going to hear it. You know, you're not going to hear it elsewhere. Well, if you're sharing that, but if you come to us personally, you're not going to hear it elsewhere. But you know, just also just having, like she said, a group of like-minded people who like, yo. And yes, I appreciate that.
and it gives
Baby
me
Juju.
perspective. Oh, he finally looked up like, what's going on?
Yeah. Like, what? I'm on TV.
He's involved too, even though y'all don't see him. He's watching too. Right?
Like, yeah, whatever. I'm sorry, did I cut you off, Raven?
I was just gonna say it gives me a different perspective too. I mean, I don't get a chance to have these conversations with my parents, or I haven't seen nobody physically in a year. So being able to have those different perspectives to then shape my own, because some of the stuff I really didn't have an opinion on one way or the other. I just wanted to see what was out there, you know, what other people were thinking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, amen to that. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Well, you can stay on, or if you need to dip to take care of baby Juju, it's up to you. It's cool. But thank you so much for taking the time. Yes. Auntie Boo. I'm sorry. Tabitha.
Good evening. Happy Palm Sunday. First of all, I'll give honor to God. Yeah, I know. I am not looking cute right now.
All right. Understood.
She said, let me put the silhouette.
All right.
Silhouette of the woman of God.
First of all, y'all know I got to give honor to God, who is truly indeed the head of my life and the reason for my life. And to the Johnsons, thank you for this platform that you guys have, because what has happened is, like the young lady just said, a lot of things that's been talked about on here, people were too afraid to talk about it in the church. It was tabooed, even talking about side pieces and this and that. They want to say it and ask the question, but they don't know how they will be looked upon. So with this platform that you guys are openly allowing people to express things, and you're bringing the relevant topics to the page, because it's relevant in today's society, and especially for the young people that's going into relationship, kinships, friendships, any kind of ships. You brought it to them and let them know that that things are real. We're going to go through some things in marriages. You're going to go through some things, especially if you're a musician and you're like Kendra is married to a musician. You guys are both musicians in the church, and she's using her instrument, you're using your instruments. And when people look at the two, how do they look upon the two of you? So as young people coming into the ministry, they need to know these things and how you guys handle things as being musicians in the church world as of today. So I thank you guys for this year that you've been on. I thank you for the topics that you brought to the table. I thank you for all of the relevancy that's been going on and the transparency that's been going on. So thank you. Happy anniversary. Many more topics to come.
Thank
you.
Thank you, woman of God.
Thank you, Auntie Boo. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, we're hearing from the both of them about, the taboo and stuff that's, that's not really talked about in the church and everything. And I don't know.
Yeah, I think for us, kind of where we're going next, I'll say, is there may be subjects that we may not air on Facebook, if you get what I'm saying, because there's some ones that may be sensitive. Like, you don't want to ever make anybody feel like, yo, I'm on a live platform, right? And this is broadcasted, it's shared, right? So it's stuff like that we're kind of taking into account too. So there's some subjects where it's like, okay, how do we address this without anyone feeling judged or being ashamed of what they have to say? So it's stuff like that we're kind of weighing too. And then we still haven't touched the sex of the church, which is gonna be, I think it'll be a funny conversation because of the people I have in mind. But I think protecting everyone's kind of feelings with that, because I think that's one thing where there may be a subject that's like we'll discuss among ourselves, like how would that look? We don't want it to be perceived a certain way, make anybody feel uncomfortable. So more to come on that, because it'll be someone's that's doozies, but
yeah. But yeah, like you said, just to piggyback, some people, they just don't really feel comfortable. And also, not only because, hey, I own my business out on the street, not only because I don't know them, but also maybe, well, my mama's on here. My mama's really on here. But she knows her daughter, I'm like her, I'm an open, closed book. I will share some things. I gotta make a new friend because he's a cool guy. He is a pretty cool guy. Yes, he is. So
sweet Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what we're here for. Like the whole purpose of M2M, just from the beginning, just a little brief story. I was listening to Periscope, Periscope back when Periscope was popping, of help. I've married a prophet. And I don't remember the details because it really didn't apply to me, but I listened to it a little bit and I liked it. And I just, I liked it. But then I'll say about 2 years ago, I spoke to a couple people about the vision that I had about help. I'm married to a musician. I would talk to other musician wives.
Yeah, it was catered to women. They was going to bash us.
No.
Start a platform to bash men.
No, it wasn't. No, it was really supposed to be on Facebook because I wanted to do it face to face. I wanted to have like a meeting every month. And we come together, not to bash, but to help uplift and to let you know, hey, I'm with you. I would talk to other musicians' wives and we will all have the same thing in common. We would have, the money thing about, our husbands aren't getting paid and they're gone for a long time. We would have rehearsal issues. Man, the rehearsal started at 8. He just got off at 5. Or the rehearsal started at 7 and he just got off at 5 or 6. So by the time...
But some of us is so skilled that we don't need to rehearse.
You need a rehearsal. So anywho, but I found that we had a lot of things in common. And I'm like, man, I should form a support group. Come on, let's form a support group for wives who are going through it with our wonderful musicians, husband. And then, we started talking and started thinking about, I'm like, wait, musicians it's just not for men. And it's just not musician wives. You have some musicians who are women, some of them who are single, some of them who are married. And then I have friends who are single and they look to me, they talk, we talk about things and they ask, hey, how is it being married? Not only to a musician, but how is it being married? And I'm not afraid to tell them, hey, things are great, but marriage is work. So, and marriage is also full of selflessness. So if you're a selfish person, we're selfish by nature. But with that, we have to be aware. And when it comes to being married, that selfishness has to, I don't want to say have selfish moments. I don't want to say die, but you have to
selfish moments.
Yes, you can have selfish moments. So that's why I said we don't want it to die, but we want it to. There's some compromising in that, and when we hear of compromise, like it's a song. Don't be can't be no compromise. But in marriage, it is. Marriage is super compromise. It's just a super ball of compromise. It really is, because you're taking road A. So we got married. I was 23. How are you? 25, 26.
You trying to play me in front of company?
Okay, he was the age he was.
25.
So, for 22 years, I've done it my way. That's 22 years of me just doing the things that just going along, living life the way I wanted to live it. And for him, that was 25 years of him living the way that he was living. And so coming together,
That was the same one.
yes, he wasn't. Coming together and trying, so that's road A. I'll make you road A if that makes you feel better. Road A, road B, and we're coming together. You know, even our upbringings, everything is challenged in a marriage. Everything, your upbringings, the way you cook, the way you parent. Oh my gosh, when you add kids into the equation, we're going through that right now. You know, the way we parent, the way he was parented, the way he was parented, right? And then the way I was, you know, it was different. Yes, we were both raised in a church, yes, but it was still different. It was still different. So with that, everything comes, everything is challenged, everything is questioned. So that's why compromise comes in, because we're not going to agree on everything, but we have to come up with a solution in a way to make life work.
I heard a wise man say, share the plate.
Share the plate. Yes. Yes. Share the plate.
RLH. Share the plate.
Hey, Webbs. Carlton Von, hi. So with this thing, so me talking to the single, that's why I wanted to always include the singles. Like singles, you are not exempt from this, because this is something that you may not have thought of, or something I didn't learn this from a church. Now there's books out there, but it's until you get into it, because even that book may speak on Thomas Shamhooligan and Keisha Shamhooligan. That's their perspective. But what they eat and what they go through may not benefit the Johnsons. So that goes with everything. I always say everybody's going to have their 2 cents, but that doesn't mean you have to deposit it. You know, as well as the sifting method. I'm a baker. So with the sifter, you put the flour in the sifter, and you have to shake it or move whichever one you have. And what it does is it sifts the flour through, so that, you know, there's no lumps, there's nothing. But what it leaves in there is something that you can throw away, basically, because it's the lumps, it's the clumps. So with everything, with something that someone has to say concerning you, your marriage, your relationship, use the sifting method. You can't use everything sometimes.
Yeah.
What they say, old saying, chew the meat and spit out the bones or something. You can't use everything sometimes. So
that, and I would say platform, too, is surrounding yourself with people that will tell you you're wrong.
Yes.
That is like key to a relationship in general, because I could be as wrong as 2 left shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you telling me I'm okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
Cause my boy in the room.
Down. Let me write that down, because I got something for that.
My boy is in the room. My man's Carl. He not gonna let me wild out. That's why I rocks with him. He's gonna tell me, Ninja, Kurt, you are wilding. Period. End of story. Get that together, sir. In Jesus' name. He's gonna say it because he's a prelate. He's an apostle. He's going to say it in a godly way. Amen.
Kurt, you're wrong for the stack of those off-whites.
Listen, there is no condemnation to those who are in Christ Jesus.
Bridget,
that is the word.
Speak the truth. Okay. So what you were saying was correction, and that's so great. That is so good. You need to have someone who's going who you're going to receive correction from. There's always somebody who's going to be, yeah, that's my hype, my hype people. Yeah, they gonna be with me, ride or die. But and also with that, it may be the same person who's going to be your hype person, but also give correction. But in that, who can correction for you? Who do you receive correction from? Who can you receive correction
okay,
from?
So are you going gender-wise, or are you just saying in general?
In general, because it could be from a woman.
Right.
It could be from a man.
Right.
It could be from your wife. Are you most likely to receive correction from your wife because it's the same? Because It's too common.
Yeah, I don't mind correction if it's conducted the right way. If it's conducive to what's going on, yes. But if you using correction out of turn, like I'm not taking that. And hopefully that doesn't.
So what does out of term mean?
I guess it's more or less dealing with timing. So it's like you're not trying to correct me in front of your girls because your girls around. Oh, Kurt, you ain't did this. Da 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 da. And I told you before. Like, all right, that's not conducive to what we going. And I'm not gonna take kindly to that now. If you with your girls and then you like put me to the side like, hey babe, like remember you're supposed to pick that up. Like you need to pick that up because you know you said you was gonna do it. If I said I'm gonna do it, I'm wrong. Hey, I can take that. But don't do that in front of like a crowd of your girls and then got the point in the
yeah.
You know what I mean?
For the embarrassing thing. But timing is key in all relationships. Agree. Yes, timing is key. Now, I must admit that is something I struggled with. Timing and the way, okay, I've learned to say things. People listen up because this is not only for men, not only for women, but for men, women in relationships, friendships, kinships.
Somebody printing stuff in my house.
Julian must be printing something.
No, I'm just joking. I don't do that.
So with that, gosh, I lost my train of thought.
Go ahead, woman.
We have to be careful with timing, the way your body language, and your tone. Now, timing, yes, I was bad with that because my thing is, let me hurry up and tell you before I forget.
Mm-mm.
Now, it could be a wrong thing. It could be the wrong timing. Who knows? Because like Carlton always say, hey, we're all entitled to a bad day. Either Carlton or TJ, one of them. Sorry. We're all entitled to a bad day. You know, so with that, timing is key. So we have to make sure that it's some, the timing is right, that he or she is able to receive you in that moment. Timing. Body language. You could be saying the sweetest thing, but I have to work on my face. I have to work on my face because what my mouth don't say, my face will. And that goes across the board. That's even in church while I'm ministering. It just what my mouth won't say. True, I'm telling on myself. What my mouth don't say, my face will. And then also your tone. You could say your tone and how you say it, how you word it. That all goes into play with everything across the board: marriage, friendship, kinship, relationships, jobs, home, dealing with your children, dealing with your parents, dealing with people, period. You have to, those three things: timing, tone, body language. Timing, tone, body language. And yeah, watch what you say. Absolutely. How you word it.
You just don't know. You preaching, that's musician terms too. Timing, tone, placement, what?
Oh, I'm smart today, huh?
See, y'all see the ghetto? Y'all seen that? See how that just rose up? It wasn't the Holy Spirit.
You're annoying. So yes, those are three things I would definitely, that's something that I'm working on myself. So I'm telling on myself right now. Those are things. Oh, what are you working on?
Huh?
Why are you shaking your beautiful head?
I'm working on me.
What you working on?
To be a better man for you.
And what is that?
To be loving, to be that affectionate person that you want at times. Because I can't be that all the time. Because I be, it comes off as a little weak.
Are you serious? M2M, the 9 people that's on here. Hey, Laurent. Hey, Devin. For the people who are on here now, this man said affection can come off.
I said not all the time. I said
weak.
not all the time.
That's why I said can. Affection can come off as being weak.
Am I wrong?
Here. I don't know why it was over here.
God bless you. You
see,
need to tie.
See, look at me. Always looking out for you. Always.
That's me. What you talking about? If it wasn't for the M in the N2M,
My face
where
says
would
it
you
all.
be?
Yes.
Where
Yes.
would you be?
I need to work on it. Yes. Let's work on timing. But I'm telling you, what our face don't say, or what our mouth don't say, our face will. Our face will. And so I really have to take deep breaths and really, I don't even know. I don't even know. That is a whole topic.
Listen.
Absolutely.
Listen, we know we not those beings that y'all are as women. You know, y'all just in tune with the emotions of just like, I'm just feeling bloated. And I'm
Yes,
feeling...
he said that, Laurent. He said we. He said that. He said it. He said it. Your bro said it. Laurent been knowing you for basically all your life.
Yes.
And he said it. Can you believe he said that? Sitting next to his wife. Huh?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie for the people.
No, don't lie for the people. I appreciate your honesty and your truth. That's
Listen.
Another thing. Timing. I can receive that now. But when I really, really need affection, and he came off and said that, done for the night. Done for the night, for the day. Maybe even the next day.
I don't believe that.
Because honestly, you know what? And also reminders. Because Kurt has reminded me in some ways where I didn't feel that he was being affectionate. But to him, he was. So I'm like, you never affectionate. Gosh, like this is ridiculous.
And I'll pull a tape.
And then he'll be like, well, remember I did yada, yada, yada. And I'm like,
love does not count. That's why I wasn't trying to do it. But
love doesn't keep score.
Doesn't keep score.
It doesn't. It doesn't keep score. But
the word.
I appreciated the reminder because that also showed me his way.
I was joking.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't, Laurent. He really wasn't.
Ooh, sweet Jesus.
He wasn't. He said he wasn't going to lie for the people.
It's in the room.
He did it.
I did pull a tape.
He does. Listen. Kurt pulled the tape, but it reminded me and also showed me that was his way of being affectionate.
And I listen, because you don't never come when I be in the kitchen cooking for you. All you just need to do is come up behind me and just hug me.
Fellas, well, for me. I'm going to say for me.
And then she was the next day, see, you don't even be doing. I was like, listen, yesterday I came up behind you and I did exactly what you asked me to do. Mm-hmm. And she was like,
I gave you a props.
Go on eBay and get you some Jordans.
Stop lying. Now, I would never say that. Woo! Good thing some people don't know where we live because, yeah, anyways. But I would never say that. Never. So y'all hear that. Y'all hear that. So for me, yes, that is something for me. If I'm doing something and he, and it's spontaneous, that goes back to one of the conversations we have. Do I have to ask for it? If I have to ask for it, it's kind of like, I had to coach you.
But that should be good.
We 12 years
because
in, boo.
You coaching your man.
We 12 years in, boo. This is something I've been asking for when we were dating. So if it's something we're 12 years in, and that's something you don't want to do, or you aren't comfortable in doing whatever.
For that when we was dating.
Yeah. Why? Oh, I wasn't asking for that.
Look, me coming behind you and hugging on you, woman. We wasn't married. So who was out asking for?
Oh my
hugs and
gosh,
rubs, but all them ups. See, I told y'all I was the same one. I told y'all. Look at her face.
You're the same one. Laurent, you've known him the longest. Come on and testify.
Don't testify.
Laurent, come and Laurent, come and testify.
You don't know me, Laurent. You don't know.
Laurent, Carl Watkins on here. Come on and testify.
No.
Come on and tell of the goodness of the Lord. Come on, Laurent.
Yeah, yes.
Nothing wrong with asking, but there are some things the spouse should know. Absolutely.
I agree, bro. I agree.
But if that makes the spouse uncomfortable, is that a pass though? It makes you, like you said, you were joking, but it's kind of like for real, because it's something that, especially if it's something that you didn't really grow up in.
And if it doesn't come from it, for me, it's like I have to be genuine with it, right? Like I don't want you to have to coach me to do that. I just want to just do it, and then it's like, and you still like, Well, you didn't do it at 4:15 when I wanted you to, but I came in at 4:35 and did the same thing. But you didn't come at 4:15. I'm like, but
the thing about it is
it's about time.
that's kind of a double edge, because on one hand you're saying that, but on the other hand you would say I'm not a mind reader. So talk to me and tell me what you want. So what is it? What is it? You want to be genuine and do it on your own, or you want me to tell you and ask you?
So I want you to tell me first, and then I should
and
get
then
good at
wait
it.
for you to do it.
Yeah, I should get it. I should get good at it.
So 12 years.
Don't act like I'm not in tune with that, with you, woman of God. Huh? Not in front of company. Not in front of company.
I'm gonna respect you on that. Not in front of company.
Now, you as a pastor should work on that pro football player in the back. Yes, sir.
Oh my God, break that down. What?
Now, you as the passer should work on that. Pro football players and basketball players still need coaching.
So
That's
me
deep.
as the pastor,
Yes.
me as the one. So coaching. Okay, yes. Coaching is cool.
I hear a conjunction. Do you have a conjunction to that?
I do, but I want to word it properly. See? That's part of the, maybe that was the fourth one. I want to word it properly. So yes, I don't mind coaching. I really don't. I don't mind coaching.
Listen up, singles, because you
But
hear all
the
these
thing-
demands that y'all have.
But the thing about it with that, because coaching is cool, yes. But in some things, I look at you and like I said, like we talked about in another session.
How the heck do I join? Listen, if
it should be on that pen.
It should be right in that pen, bro.
Y'all got 3 kids. He was in tune somehow. Exactly, Britt. Exactly.
In tune with what?
You was in tune. You didn't need coaching when it came down to.
Huh?
I need to tell you where and what and how and why.
I'm a man. I know what I'm doing.
Exactly. So
I'm
with
part of
that,
Abraham.
why is that?
The lineage.
Put my glasses back on.
Go ahead and trust God. Shout out to my bro, Bruce Ward.
Yes.
That's
yes.
the bro.
Big ups,
Support.
bro. Trust God. Yes.
Get the merch.
Yes. His movement. Honey, he had a sale on his sweatsuits. How much was it, babe?
$45.
40, 45, 42.
It was 42, and then
$42 and what?
Listen.
Taxes.
taxes.
$42 for a sweatsuit.
Listen,
A good sweatsuit.
trust God.
Now that's a whole
Sorry,
that's
that
a
was
whole nother subject. Now I love supporting Black business, but that's a whole nother subject. We're gonna talk about it. $42 for a sweatsuit. That's amazing. $42 for
And
a
he
good
man of
sweatsuit.
God, man
Yes.
of cloth.
Yes, and he's right here in
Evangelist.
Buffalo.
Yes.
Right here in Buffalo. We support. So
Where do
where do we go? Oh, what is it called?
Trust God. Wait, Trust God Ministry 16.com, I believe. But I'll try to I'll tag you.
Yeah, put it in the comment, Pooh.
Yeah, let me see.
Put it in the comment. But yes, so he sold out of a lot of them, but he has some crazy merch. His name is Bruce what?
Bruce Warwick. He's an evangelist, Bruce Warwick.
I think he goes to Drayton.
Yeah,
What's Drayton Church
Pastor
name?
Drayton. That's First Calvary.
First Calvary over there on William Jefferson. Yes, Trust God Apparel. It is so dope.
Yeah.
Trust God. But
Go
yes,
back.
so with that, hi Lorenz. So with that, why does it seem?
Oh yeah.
Good morning.
Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord.
We need a woman on here because they ain't about to gang up on me tonight.
Sweet Jesus.
Not on tonight.
Well, you know, I am unbiased, sis. I will be unbiased and honest. First of all, before I say anything, I want to commend y'all on this platform that you guys have created. And I don't know if there's anything like that out here that's just so authentic and real and tangible and accessible like you are. So I just wanted to share that with you. My wife was always looking like, who are you listening to? Every other Sunday, who's that? I try to tune in and try to at least get a nugget, even if I'm doing something else, I try to get the nugget. But y'all been married, it's 12 years for y'all?
Yes.
12.
12 years. 12 years. Longevity, staying power, all that stuff. And you know, and it's good. What I really I think grasp most from this platform is how perspectives, right? How, you know, y'all been together, married for 12 years. Me and my wife are married 14 years, and we still have different perspectives on things.
Right? Yes.
And but what works for you may not work for somebody else. In other words, what works for your marriage may not work for someone else's marriage. But we just giving them, we're just putting out options and opinions to people to let them know that perhaps, you know, maybe you're trying it this way, but let's try it that way.
Right.
But back to the why I wanted to get on, right?
Let's go.
This is probably the most struggling area, and I don't say struggle in a bad way, in our marriage between my wife is she feels like those things I should just know and do, right? Like clockwork. And then sometimes I'd be like, I forget this is a sanctified platform. I'm sorry.
You're all right. You're all right.
Kurt, you know me, Kurt. You know how I got a couple of them in me. But I'd be thinking on the other hand, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's okay to share that with me.
Right.
And I get it. There's sometimes I should just do things, right?
Right.
But there are times that we just don't, and we need a push. And I've shared this with my wife this way. I said, babe, there's your opportunity to lead me. Right? There's your opportunity to say, you know what? I know he's a leader, he's this, he's provider, protector, but marriage is cohesive and it's a unit. That's your opportunity to step up and say, babe, I need you to do A, B, C, D, and E. And the reason why I need you to do it, because people want to know why they're doing things.
Yes.
Right? They want to know what's the reason. And so I had that moment where you express what you need. Now you can't tell me something that you need on Monday and here it is Tuesday and I ain't done it. Now you're upset with it, right? Give me a little time to work on it. I may be working up a master plan, but you know, it's okay to share those things. Now I will say this on the other point, Kurt. If she shares something with us, if your spouse has shared something with you that she wants or that she desires or that makes her feel good or better, she shouldn't have to tell us again.
Yeah.
Not tell us again. But human interaction is fluid too, right? So in marriages we evolve, right?
Yeah.
So there's some things that you used to like, that we don't like anymore.
Come on, man.
There's some things that used to speak to our hearts now mean absolutely nothing to our hearts.
Right.
And you know, I say that for this reason. If things have shifted and changed or your desires have changed, I don't know this if you don't tell me this, right? I'm still pressing the Z button and you on the X button now. X button touches your heart. So I think it's fair to share those things. But the big thing is, and the big takeaway, well, us having 14 years of marriage, and people ask me this all the time, oh my God, your marriage is just an example, and I'm sure you guys get the same thing. They don't know the struggle that took place behind doors.
Yeah.
And I tell people two things when they call me and ask me two things. Number one, you must have staying power. That's just it, right?
Oh, man.
You gotta, excuse my language, you gotta stay through some shit, right? You do. You have to stay through some stuff, right? And that's just, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know what that stuff is. I don't know what that stuff entails, but you gotta stay through it.
Yeah.
And the second thing is, and this is the big one, keep folks out of your business. I've shared this with my wife numerous times. I don't care what we're doing at home. We could be having knockdown, drag out argument. We don't fight. I don't put my hands on her. She don't put my hands on me. We argue, holler, scream, whatever. But when we leave that door, if I grab your hand, you better reach for mine.
Come on, man of God.
You hear me? Because folk will see your struggle and pray on it. And add to it. So we've never tried to let people see our struggles and our proclivities.
PREY. Yes.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah. But y'all been rocking 12 years, man. I appreciate this platform. I'm really honored, and I thank y'all for what y'all doing. And don't think that because the numbers aren't high, the message isn't getting out there,
Mhm.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
right? And stay persistent. Stay persistent. If you believe in this platform and God has opened it up, those who need to hear it will hear it. You know, and I said this is my last thing. And I'm leaving. Folk who don't want to stay together don't want to hear y'all. It's those, and you know that's a new modern thing. When everything gets too hard, too tough, just leave, run. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I can't stay.
Yeah.
Only those who want to make it will listen to this platform,
Wow.
and that's not many.
No, I,
That's
wow.
not many. That's not many because the new thing is if it's too hard, if it puts too much pressure on me, if it makes me uncomfortable, get out of it.
Wow.
Yep.
And this platform is only meant for those who are uncomfortable being uncomfortable
Mm.
and who will stay and want to stay in the midst of it all. I love y'all. God bless y'all.
Yep.
Heaven smile upon y'all.
Come on, bro.
Bye, y'all.
See,
Love you, bro.
thank you.
Love you, man.
Thank you.
Man,
Nugget.
that was a nugget right there.
Yes.
Goodness
Yes.
gracious.
Yes. What I picked up from it, I was he said, "Why am I doing this?" I had something to ask, but he said something else, so I stopped writing on that and started writing on something else. But he was talking about, you know, in the strong areas, where you lead, you know, kind of like, okay, yes, I know, you know, you're the leader of the home of the, you know, you're a leader, you're the blah blah blah, you're the leader of the home, but in areas that I may be a little bit more stronger in,
Right.
it's, or is it okay for me to lead?
Yeah.
Is it okay for you, for the person, for the man, to submit to areas where the wife may be a little bit more stronger in? And that may be it with affection. You know, why am I doing this? You know, why? You know, and as well as, you know, is it something that you would be able to submit to?
Yeah. Yeah. I think just the way you described it is, yeah, that's cool. I don't think that makes me weaker from you being stronger in the area. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, you're cool at that. Let me pass the rock. Go ahead, do your thing. I'm in the back. I'm looking. I'm watching. So eventually, I'm not gonna try to take over, but I'm gonna be in the game. While you scoring 30, I'm going for 36.
Oh, so now it's competition.
It's not competition. I'm just saying. Just know that support system is there to put up the buckets, like you putting up buckets.
Oh, okay, cool. And then another thing he said was, when it's too hard.
Woo!
Yeah, when it's too hard, people, you know, the first, it's like a natural instinct for you to leave because there's always other options.
You said a lot, Lorraine.
Always other options. Gosh, I wish I could go on a replay right now when he said, "Why am I doing this?" It was something he said, and it triggered something, and I got to writing, and then he said something else. So that right there, when it gets too hard, it's like, book it out. You know, time to leave, and that's something.
And it could be, it just could be a multitude of things with that. It's just like you're over it, or maybe you haven't saw the right way to address hard situations. So it's just like, that's the easy way. Like Lorraine said, I think it's kind of like a cop-out. Like, all right.
It's easier to just
leave, go ahead.
And come up with another plan.
Wow. That was.
Yeah. It is.
That gotta be a whole subject. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We may need you back.
Absolutely. Lorraine. Yes, absolutely. When things are hard, pause. It's just really, it's crazy. It's crazy because it's like that. We talk about our year 1 through 5, 6, all of the time where it was crazy. Fight or flight response. So many choose to take flight. Few will stay in the fight. Yes.
Come on.
That is true. That is true because there's always other options.
L away. They see it as an L. What?
Ooh. It's hot. Where you going?
I'm back.
Oh.
Laurent dropping these nuggets.
He is. You see it as an L, so
Yeah, I'm about to take flight. Let me just add that. This is an L. I'm just gonna take
Yeah.
flight. I want to fight.
You choose the flight. You know what? I'll just take this L. That's good. That's good. What's your Cash App?
No,
Okay.
that's good by itself.
His
I
Cash
mean,
App is Poopy Kurt.
Carl, thank you for being back in the room, man of God.
Yes, it's something. It's something. Carlton, what you think about that? When stuff is too hard, pause. You know, people can just give. It's easier.
It really is easier to do that though, and it's just like I think it's culture that made it kind of natural. It's like, okay, well, if things get hard for you, you can quit. You can opt out of that.
Yes.
There's other options, I've been through blah blah blah, and it's like, man, like even even if you go for counseling, right, you got to kind of be aware of what you're even going to get from a counselor. Like, oh, I'm seeking out counsel, and then they just going to tell me to quit. They'll actually say that, hey, things are a little bit too hard for you at home. Okay, you can get out of this. I've been divorced twice.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
I've been divorced twice. I'm good. I'm still here.
It's tough, man.
Yeah. Not everyone. Like I said. Not every advice is for you. Not every advice is for you, and it's so tough. And please, I put a disclaimer. I'm not talking about anybody in particular.
Right.
I'm not talking about even. I'm just saying it to say it. Sometimes what we're used to, what we grew up around. So even with our family, our family members, us seeing them go through some things can help or hinder us.
Yeah. Yeah,
can help or hinder, because it's like, even with divorce, it's like, hey, my mom, she's on here. She don't mind me telling. My mom was married. She got a divorce, and I still see my mom made it. My mom made it. So my mom made it. So if I divorce you, if we get a divorce, I'm gonna make it too. And it's like, not everybody is called to divorce. That was in that situation. You know what? That's, my opinion. Divorce, I don't condone it unless you're really, really in a tough situation that you're about to die. You know what I'm saying? For that, that's whatever. Because I believe, with God, He can do the impossible. He can work some things out. Again, not my testimony. I'm speaking from LaKendra Johnson's perspective, who's married to Kurt Johnson. So, thank you, Lord, that there hasn't been anything that's going, there hasn't been anything that's too tough for that. I feel that I can't make that. We have to end this. So thank you, Lord, for that. And my prayers are to those who are going through that. So that's the disclaimer.
Right. And situations are tough though. I mean, there will always be a situation where it's just like, I feel I don't have to take that.
Yeah.
Right. So, but being logical, you can't allow the situation to deter your mindset of why you got married, period. It's like, it's a temporary situation. This is a temporary time right now. Why am I going to make a permanent decision for something that's literally temporary, right? So it's just like, man, okay, play it back. And then that's where you have wise counsel to bounce off what you're thinking.
Yeah.
So, and I can be transparent. Again, using Carl as my example. It's like, I'm feeling like this. This is the situation. All right. I'm trying to do my Carl impersonation. All right, Kurt. So let me tell you something.
Good. That's good.
Yeah. And that's what you need though. And I think that's what the platform is for not only,
Hey. So he can do his own.
Oh, the Reverend
Where you going?
The Reverend. Right Reverend.
He tried to do a Carlton impersonation.
Yeah, bro. I was trying to impersonate you, bro.
He did so good.
I swear, I said, because I'm just telling him, man, it's like, you're not going to let me wild. And if I'm telling you something that I'm struggling with, like, all right, Kurt, listen, I'm telling you like this, bro. And then he just go. And it's like, all right.
He does. And you did that, babe. You sound just like him.
Praise the Lord, everybody.
Praise the Lord.
The devil is trying me in these food orders today, but God be yet praised. Happy anniversary. Bam, 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 bam. Lorenz was spitting bars.
Yeah.
Man, that was all right with me.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I think you asked me what I think about when it gets too hard. You said, Kendra,
Yeah.
is a question.
Yeah.
I think it's fight or flight is true,
Mhm.
but what I would like to submit to the platform is that it's based on the individual. So does the individual have the will to fight, or has that will to fight been taken from that individual? Meaning they've been fighting for so long that they've just lost the desire to keep fighting because their whole thing is, I don't see the end in sight. So is it worth me to keep fighting when it's an uphill battle and I got on brand new Stacey Adams shoes,
Like that.
so I'm not getting no traction.
Yeah.
Yo, you
Is
just
it-
got a whole bunch.
That is. Yes.
So, and Lorenz also made a good point. He was like, if my spouse, if the spouse asks, if my spouse asks me to do something that is a great desire of theirs, it's my job to adhere to that on the first time, because now I'm imputing upon that will to keep fighting to make things better.
Yeah.
Because now I'm pushing their will to the side and saying, well, you don't matter, it's what I want.
Woo.
And that can really be a tough situation because people can do it. I think, I'm not saying I know, I just think that people do it for 2, maybe 3 reasons. One, the ignorance of realizing how impactful that ignoring action that they're doing is causing on their spouse. 2, they don't know how to make the change, and they don't want to admit that they have a flaw that they can't work on or fix. So instead of admitting that, they keep doing the wrong. And then 3, the person might just be a jerk. And people just don't want to accept that sometimes too, that, people are narcissistic out here. People are very self-centered and are only self-serving, and that does happen.
Yeah.
But what do you do in a situation? I can't speak for that. I am very blessed to have a spouse that is a natural fighter. So when it comes to not want to take the L, we try to find ways to make sure that the L we taking is not a loss but a lesson.
Yeah.
Bars.
So
I almost said
that's the we might fly away from this, right? You might fly from this, but we're only flying from it so that we can regroup to come back and fight the right way.
Yes.
Come on, man.
So we
Yes.
can fight fair, so we can fight together, so that we can fight in his will, his being God's will, because I don't think we take into account, like, if we took these vows before God, he should be in everything that we do, meaning
Yes.
being in our marriage too. So if it's in his will for us to be married, we got to fight with him. So we got to be mindful that what I desire is in his will. So how I've been thinking about it is that the word will has I right in the middle of it, because it's W-I and there's 2 L's.
Mhm.
So I in the middle of his will, so that I can get things to line up how he wants it. And that account for everything across the board, from finances to emotions, physically, I say emotion, but more so my relationship with my wife or my spouse, because at the end of the day, if she's helping me to be better, she's my help me. If one could put 1,000 a flight, she's my 2. So we beating 10,000 off a rip.
Come on.
So we got God, that's the third. So that's what, I mean, if we do it exponentially, that's what, 1 million some change plus, who knows what how the number grows. But at the end of the day, it's all about including him so that we have a good basis of saying we're fighting the right way, so that we're not worrying about saying, I'm gonna take this L of losing.
Yeah.
It's how I would present that.
Bruh.
Yo.
Deep. That is deep.
Bruh.
If one.
I don't even know what to say. This man of God just preached.
No. Don't put that word, the man of God, in me. No. What I'm just going off of what I think from experience, man. And so this is year 13 for y'all, right?
It'll be year 12, right?
Year 12. So it'll be year 10.
Yeah. It's 13.
Yeah, 12 for y'all.
Being together.
Yeah.
But yeah, 12.
Got you. So it'll be year 10 for Siobhan and I, but we've been together for 16 of my natural life. And it's getting to the point now where the time I've been with her is starting to eclipse the amount of time I've been alive.
Mhm.
So what we've seen in our own journey on this fight or flight, that really hit home that he dropped, was that I had to learn that it's okay to retreat, to live to fight another day. But I think the word fight has a negative connotation.
Yes.
Because the weapons of warfare are not carnal, right? But by the pulling down of stronger. All right, you think about that whole analogy when it comes to that. We have to be equipped in order to go into battle. And I think when you say, okay, let's put this off to tomorrow or table it, I want to be equipped in my emotions so that I'm not attacking you.
Come on,
man.
Out of my flesh, that I want you to hear my heart. I don't want you to hear my emotion. So that way we can have a good understanding. How can two walk together except they agree? So we can't walk together unless we're agreeing. And that's something that I had to learn year 4, 5, 6. Is like, how can we become better at agreeing? And back to what Lorenz, is it Lorenz or Laurent? Am I saying that right?
No, it's Laurent. Go ahead, man.
Laurent, like Lent, but with the R. Okay. Something else he dropped in there that really was dope was that you only want to tap into M2M if your intention is to push forward together.
Yikes, man.
So what that also speaks to is the fact that, so let's get a little churchy, right? We always want to see big numbers, but if you look at the biggest impact in the Bible, it was always done with small things. And we always gloss over this, but despise not the day of small beginnings.
Yes.
Because I think it's here where you all be able to have the most impact. Why? Because you can be more reachable, and you can access more people, or they can access you all better. Because once you all reach that place that you're going to ascend to, because M2M, it's not just for musicians, but it's a platform that's the name of it, but the platform itself, the mission statement, the call for what this platform is going to help so many people on so many levels. Like, you all haven't even fully tapped into the ability to, how do you love through a major loss? You all haven't even tapped into that. And it's people that don't know. They sitting in churches, mosques, synagogues, whatever, and they don't know how to look at their spouse and reconnect, because there's that loss in the middle that they had to be brought with, right? So to purchase for this world, and M2M still got to figure out a way to, collaborate on that.
Yeah.
So numbers are fleeting, because people can watch M2M by not coming into the room. By just stopping and just looking at what's going on, and they might be a replay. But the thing is, it's year 1, and you're planting all these seeds. And I think what you all have been doing has been watering it ever so beautifully. So again, just proud to see what you all are putting out here for us to use as tools, because even if it's not what we're dealing with, we can use that tool and put it in the toolkit. Like, hey, one day we might have to use this tool. So I need a hammer right now. I might just need a flathead screwdriver. So let me just make sure I have this in place so that when it comes up, we're equipped to fight fair and know that our flight is not to leave, but to go higher.
Yes.
And that's my take on fight or flight.
Y'all heard the man.
Amen, nobody.
Amen.
Woo!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I'm a sidebar. So Kendra, I want to press upon you, my sister. When you see boxes appearing in the shape of a rectangle with a swoosh or a man that's flying through the sky, don't fight. Just fly it on over to him and bestow upon him his blessing that he has received. And just everybody, Oshkosh Bagash.
No, I'm taking that one.
Woo.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm not doing it. I'm still not going to.
Oh
No.
my God.
No.
It ain't worth it, sis. Don't do it.
Listen.
I don't want to see another box. But what you're spitting today, before that, was facts, truth, and good.
You was doing good, bro, till you got to that stuff. Now you in the flesh.
You was good until that part.
Oh my God.
Because that was so good. Some conversations may not be applicable right now, but maybe it's just to the toolbox. That was good to me because that's something that's especially, that's something for everybody, but just for the singles as well. It's like, yo, yeah, you're not experiencing that right now,
Right.
but it's not what we're talking about is not to make you scared, because we did hear that, like, okay, if this is how marriage is, I don't know if I want it.
Right.
Well, actually, no, it's not to make you scared, it's to help you, to let you know. Yeah. It's not all roses like Disney.
No, and Disney ain't even rolled. Well, Disney is slanted. I'm not gonna go there because this ain't the platform for that. But what I'm gonna say is that I think we have been done a disservice because we haven't had more transparency in the one place where we need it the most, and that's where our foundation is, this church. So if I'm being fed from you spiritually, but you aren't giving me the whole role, I'm being gypped and I'm not being equipped with how to handle this. So yeah, y'all might have been married 50 years, but y'all been unhappy for 42 of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, that's not going to help. And like, man, I would never forget. I asked a guy that I thought was a mentor, and I'm like, hey man, how have you all made it this long? And he was like, oh man, she always right. And I was like, but what if she's wrong? Nah, man, she's just always right, man. You don't want to pick an argument. I'm like, that don't make sense, because what if what she's trying to do is going to hurt or harm the family in some way that you can't recover from? Nah, man, gotta work it out. No, bro, I know God looks down on the fool and the babes, but don't be a fool. Don't do that. And that's when it hit me, like, the church can't be my end all be all if I'm not doing the work myself. So I can't just depend on God just to be God can't be a genie for me.
Yeah.
Where I'm rubbing on him to get the answer. I gotta work it. And that lack of transparency in church is us looking at it in a genie lens. It's like they're gonna give us the answer because we asked for it, opposed to what are we working for? Man or humans don't eat if we don't work. Well, you only eat to get stronger, to have, to be able to have energy. So I have to be able to work my marriage so that my marriage can be strong and have energy. But it's not presented to us in that manner in church, because for a number of reasons, right? Number of reasons why it's not presented to us that way. But still in all, this is where M2M comes in, because we're able to find ways to work the marriage so that it can be healthy, so that it can grow, because the marriage is being able to eat off something that is tangible. So I'm eating off these tangible tools, this bread. It ain't just bread alone. I can't wait 7 more days, Lord. It ain't just bread alone, but it's something that I can feed back into, because again, even with certain topics, like you are with Pastor Keith, like, man, that's a resource that would have never ever been made available to us in
Right.
the body had not just had this platform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like crazy, amazing. And I can't think of their name, but the episode that it was him and the two young ladies on with him.
Yeah.
I love that.
That episode, y'all didn't even get into like the questions good, and it was like
Right.
it was like bow, bow, bow.
Right.
And then like Soldier Boy, just like blah, blah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was crazy
Yeah.
how that episode took up, and I always try to go back when I have some time to sit with it because there was so much that was being dropped in that.
Yes.
That again, okay, maybe I'm not eating on that now, but I can freeze that,
Right.
and I know I got it in my storage for later. So thank y'all. Kudos, hats off, all those cliche terms of thank you. We can't pay you for your service, but we can hit that Cash App that should be posted below
It's
somewhere
all-
where we can show that, hey, if you've been helped by this ministry, I'm about to go there now. If you've been helped by this ministry, a seed, a supplication to say thank you, to show support, will always be welcomed.
Oh my God.
I can't. I don't want to.
Oh. Oh my God.
Yes. That,
But no, it takes resources to be able to provide resources.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you can't do a monetary resource, because everybody's situations is different and crazy, because we've had a crazy 12 and some change a month, so I understand that. But if you can't financially sow, you can share. That's a sowing of that's another sow you can do.
yes, it is.
You can tag people that you know that can be, helped by what is being shared. Repost, all those things are, showing support and sharing, and that's sowing seeds. So let's just be mindful going into year 2 that, when you see this pop up on your screen, let's just share it and keep going from there. Even though Sister Kendra has posted some topics that are very troublemaking, but we gonna pray her spirit
Come on.
in the Lord. Yes.
It's needed.
No, the one she posted, you want to jump on?
No.
Oh, okay. The one she posted a couple of days ago was interessante, to say the least.
What was it?
Probably that. Hold on.
Rico.
What? Huh?
It was Kendra. It was
Yeah, you gotta wait, JJ. Man, shoot.
you had a
Where
grown
was it?
person moment.
I see the color. It's like a yellow color. Some of you posted something like that. I think it was. Man, now I'm pissed. Ooh, I can say pissed. Oh, Lord,
No.
forgive me, Jesus. Jesus.
What was
Jesus,
it? Was
Jesus,
it the was it the Derek Jackson joint, Carl?
No.
Oh man, screw that, Mickey Ficky. That idiot.
Hello.
We're not gonna go there, and we're not gonna acknowledge him. The only Derek Jackson I know, he's from Memphis, and he played at Bishop
Come on.
G.E. Patterson Church.
Come
Only
on.
Derek Jackson I'm acknowledging in
Earl
2020.
G.E. Patterson.
Yes, Gilbert Earl.
I love when he said that every time. Forgiveness is for you. Apologies are for them.
No.
Don't need apologies.
No. It was a
Was it in
oh
the men's
man.
group or women?
Mm-mm.
Was it?
Nah, it was an M2M post. You God, Lord, Father,
In the hand.
Joshua,
Jesus.
Rokabim, Jakadesh, help me.
Oh, yo.
What? I'm not in the mood. I'm about to fire myself. Never tell a man your whole life story. He'll use it against you eventually.
Yeah, that one right
Well,
there.
it's not a bad one.
That
Happens.
should be person and not man, but I
Come on,
digress.
said that.
Because here's the thing.
I just shared it.
The same way a dude can use, well, I've been there because your dad wasn't there, but I'm the man in your life. Flip that. Just because your mama treats you that way, I'm not gonna treat you that way. Like it can go, the pendulum can swing either way.
Yeah.
It can play, or if a guy tells, his significant, partner, whether it's a female, and that's why you over there crying because you ain't had no dad. Bruh, I told you that because I'm trying to emotionally share with you so we can have intimacy. And now it's a dagger against me? Like, that's trash. I think she's never, not saying that we've had that issue because, people be out here, oh my gosh, Yvonne called that. No. But I'm just giving like hypotheticals where people
My
can
friends know
use
me. They know I'm not
information
like that.
against you at your lowest point,
Yeah.
all because they know what buttons to push because they want to hurt you the
Well,
way
I
that
know.
they feel like you hurt them, so they want to get even.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that whole thing, just men like, no, it's humans. Because humans are trash.
Yep. Human
Yeah.
be humaning.
Humans be humaning out here,
Yes, they do.
as we see.
Human and
Yes, humans be humaning out here. So that was an interesting post. But again, it's things like that can spark a conversation between the spouse. Like, hey, have I done that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you think that this might be an issue for us? Let's talk about it. Boom.
Yeah.
And we did.
Conversation.
That was a good conversation that we had on M2M from that. We had a live on that, and we, it got personal. We talked about some personal things on there, and that's I left it with man, for that purpose because that's something that that a lot of women feel that with men, but by the end of that live, we ended up saying people. That people don't tell people your life story because they'll use it against you eventually. And that's so true because it's just not just for men, even though that was, that's something that, we struggle with. I don't want to say we struggled with it. Well, yes, we did. In the beginning, we did because you felt that I should. Hey, be up and lay everything out on the table. And I was like, heck no. Like, no.
Yes.
No, I really don't feel that, kind of going back to that. Hey, Armani, I really don't feel that we should do that. Especially especially in the beginning, in the space where Kurt was. I don't feel that he was really equipped and ready to hear that. And I didn't want to hear it because I don't care what happened before me. I don't care about no girls.
Okay.
Period.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. But he not talking about, but Matt asked a question, if you don't mind, Sister Mr. Johnson. Do you think he was bringing that up just to be transparent? So like it ain't no caught off guardness. So like if you're out and about and you run up on one of these situations, the birds be flapping.
Yes, he was. That was his reason. His reason was because he wanted, he didn't want anything because we live in Buffalo. And even though he's from Lackawanna, that's only like across the
beating on me. See?
Is that sign language?
At the symbol, somebody. You ever see that sign? No, I'm not. Let me stop joking about that sign. That is the national sign for like help me, somebody like in trouble. If you see that, help them.
Oh, that's dope. I'm gonna Google that.
Yeah.
So
I can send you the link. Now, whoa. I don't state Miss Facts now, Miss. You know that. I either know or I don't.
Now, when we get off, I'm gonna forget because to me that's the number 4. So.
Oh, it is, but I'm gonna send you. I'll send you the link.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So you just like.
No, I'm gonna send you the better link of it, so that way you can be accurate.
But for real, back to what I was saying, he wanted to tell me that, but I was open to receive and understanding in it. I just didn't want to share him because I didn't want to share mine with him because my reception and I'm open and I'm ready to receive. He wasn't. So he want this from me. And now when I tell you, now you're gonna be looking at me sideways because let's say I dated Tom. You know, and now you're looking at me, you know, in any interaction with Tom, now you're looking sideways. And I'm like, it wasn't really none of that. It wasn't whatever. Okay, I see you biting your nails because you got something to say.
I have a question. Not nothing to say, just a question, and then you can please help enlighten us. So when you said he didn't want to receive it, was it a part of the same conversation that you all were having? Excuse me. So like when he was sharing, did you share then or did you share like later on?
Nah, I said no. I don't want. You don't tell me. Don't tell me about you.
No.
So I won't feel bad about telling you about me.
So when you started telling him about, you know, your past or whatever,
I told him later because he kept.
Told him later. Did he ask you in that moment, say, "Hey, let's talk about the past," or was it like just thrown on his lap?
I don't know.
Because again, if a person's not in a headspace to say, "Okay, let me brace myself for this news, so I can be all right," let me receive that. You ain't gonna want to hear that crap.
I don't know. I don't know how it went, but either way.
So like, I don't want to hear bad news on an empty stomach. Let me be full, so that way.
Oh my gosh.
I could be good to go, because
you know how you get, y'all.
You tell me on an empty stomach, I'm already hungry, and then you telling me bad news, like, bruh, now I ain't gonna want to eat, but then I ain't eat, so now I'm even more hungry because you make my appetite away. Like, Holy Ghost, help me, please, don't do that.
I don't know. I don't remember how it went, but I just don't think he was ready.
But you remember the outcome, and that's not fair.
Yes.
Even though nothing is fair in life, and I do understand.
He wasn't ready.
Which is why I asked you, which is why I asked the question. Did he ask at that moment for you to tell him? You was like, you know what, I'm bored. So remember in 1997, I was telling you about, like, bruh, I didn't ask you just while I'm trying to go to pick up these, this food. Like, I just want to go and come back. Yeah. Not talk about exes on a car ride. Like, oh man, really?
I'm sorry.
Dang, I got that. Just say it. Maybe, I mean, I'm not everyone. I don't think to be everyone. I'm just saying maybe that may have happened why he didn't want to hear it. Not saying that he's not, and I'm not saying he brought this up. I'm just just thinking about humans. Like, people, humans be human. So humans have to be in a place where they can say, okay, I can rightfully receive this. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. So, all right, it's time to come clean. Shoot, I ain't ready to come clean yet, or vice versa. I'm ready to come clean. I ain't ready to hear you come clean yet. It's all about being in that space so that when it's shared.
Oh, that's marriage. That's definitely marriage.
That's marriage, and that's like,
okay, when I'm ready to talk, are you ready to listen? And when you're ready to listen, am I actually ready to talk?
Ready to talk. It is never. It's always like, and a tool that you all brought up. Let's go back. So this is March. I think it was like in May. Was like, taking time to come back, and then how do you plan that time? I think, oh man, I gotta start jotting this stuff down better. You all brought up a good point about like how to come back to something, or how to What are you, 12?
Yep.
God. Mary, Joseph, and Agatha. But it was like how to come back to something that was like tough to deal with, which I think you all didn't finish because like it just kept rabbit holing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. How most of this stuff do, because no, they just had a great episode.
I didn't hear that. What happened?
Siri, I was like, help me, and Siri was like, on it.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Siri be out here, man. Just
I don't remember. I gotta go back and watch it, but like basically.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. But yeah, you all have a great archive already in year 1. It's going to be dope to see what year 2, 3, 7 of this is going to be able to to
Yeah.
offer up to folks. And the
Yes.
platform is going to end up
You've
be able to
always
grow.
supported.
So
Always been supportive. Appreciate you.
we thank God for the M2N Church of God of the Redeemed,
Christ.
Lord of our Savior, on the right hand side of Fellowship
Yes.
Baptist Missionary Pentecostal AME Episcopal Church
On the Edgar Tribe.
on Buffalo, crossing the bridge from Lackawanna. For who he has set free, he is free indeed. Ministries. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sign off. I can eat this food because I got 7 more days. Lord help me press on through. And we'll holler at y'all later. Thank you again, M2M. We love y'all, both the platform and the Johnsons.
Thank
And
you so much.
we just bless God for
That is. Vaughn, he had you on camera.
I'm gonna get them later.
Get him, girl.
See,
All right. So.
I'll let y'all later, yo.
All right.
All right,
See
bro.
you. Thank
Later.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. That always
Goodness
a
gracious.
good time.
Yes.
Always a good time with the Campbells. Yes. But honey,
This is
there's been so much knowledge that's been dropped on
Yes.
this thing here today. Yeah.
Thank y'all for hanging and
Yes.
being on, and of course, we got more to come, y'all. So
Yeah.
I mean, topics will be, like I said, be a little bit more sensitive and be a little bit more intense. So
Yeah.
some of them we won't post on.
I think.
here.
Well, what do you mean a little more? Because it has been.
Yeah, it has been.
It has been. Yeah.
I think what Carl kind of hinted to is just true. It's like a lot of the subjects, because we didn't get through a lot of the questions.
Yeah.
It's like, all right,
Yeah.
we got Porn 3 that we haven't played. We got Musicians versus Pastors.
Porn
that was
3, we had a porn 2.
yeah. Yeah, we had 2. So the first one, then we did the second one. Because Emily couldn't come on the second time.
Yes.
So we got that one. We got the of course the Musicians versus Pastors. We
Yes.
got feedback from that where we felt
like we needed to talk.
Yeah,
we
we got some feedback to where we had on kitty gloves.
Yeah.
Now they felt they wanted to kind of take the gloves off and
yeah.
Ask some hard hitting questions with pastors. So we're gonna arrange that again. Of course, sex in the church. That's gonna be a kind of fun one. Funny, but be serious. But yeah. So,
and like you said, he didn't even know, but we're planning for. So I have an organization called Too Precious for This World, where I help. We help families who've suffered a pregnancy and an infant loss. Because Kurt and I, we've had miscarriages and a stillbirth.
Yeah.
We've lost babies. We have babies in heaven. So he was saying how we should come together, and actually we do, and we have a couple in mind. And if anyone knows of anyone who has experienced a pregnancy or an infant loss, infant under the age of 1, please reach out to us. We are here, Too Precious for This World. We are on Facebook. It is 2 TOO Precious 4 FOR This World. So you guys can check us out. And we do take donations. Hey, because we help we help families bury and cremate their babies. Yeah, when we talk about it, we'll give a brief testimony of what we've been through.
That'll be one of the ones I think that'll be helpful too, and try to get some people that are willing to dive into that.
Absolutely. But yeah, we're about to sign off because I'm ready to eat. But M2M will be 1 tomorrow.
1 year old. Thank you everybody that came on and shared. Of course, like I said, we're looking to do more, and of course, our goal is to have our session where, of course, we'll have some guest speakers and kind of delve into not only being
in person
couples, it's dealing with being a man and being a woman, and then of course there's some great ideas that we have, and some of our previous panelists that have been on, some of them are going to be a part of our little, I don't want to call it like a workshop, but It'll be a very nice.
We'll have a shindig.
Yeah, we're gonna have
We'll have
something
a
coming.
joint.
Looking forward to that. I think God will, in His timing, allow for that to come to fruition. And
Yeah, don't talk too much about it.
yeah,
Because we still got to get it together. So we thank you so very
thank you for
much.
hanging, guys. Love you.
Yes. Hope you have a great
We will
rest
talk
of
to
your
y'all.
Sunday. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your family. All right. Love you.
Love you. Later.